Good day. This is Daniela Ellerbeck, Legal Advisor to Freedom of Religion South Africa, commonly known as 4SA, with a quick update following this morning's meeting on the Anti-Money Laundering Bill. This morning, on Tuesday, the 18th of October, Parliament's Standing Committee on Finance met with various stakeholders, the FIC, as well as the National Treasury, on the Anti-Money Laundering Bill. The National Treasury gave input on some of the submissions from stakeholders during last week's public hearings on the bill. 4SA specifically only focused on the proposed amendments to the Non-Profit Organisations Act, where, for example, it was proposed amongst other things to require mandatory registration as NPOs for all voluntary organisations, all non-profit companies, and all trusts in the country, which would mean that every single voluntary organisation, every single trust, and every single non-profit company would have to register with the Department of Social Development, commonly known as the DSD, or face criminal sanction. Treasury proposed, amongst other things, that no longer would mandatory registration be required of all NPOs, so all voluntary associations, all trusts, all non-profit companies, but only those that send money overseas or provide overseas services. From a religious freedom perspective, this still is problematic, and 4SA pointed this out in this morning's meeting when we gave feedback on the National Treasury's submissions. Because many religious organizations support other religious organizations or humanitarian work or missionaries in other countries, and therefore they send money overseas or provide services overseas. So for example, with COVID, which ended just earlier this year, many religious organizations set up relief fund, which sent money overseas to help in countries where there was a humanitarian crisis with COVID. 4SA's input on Treasury submissions, therefore, was whether or not DSB is the right entity to play the role of trying to create a register to catch terrorism financing, and whether the test for at-risk organizations needs to be narrowed, which 4SA submitted it does. So, for example, not just to consider whether a non-profit company or a trust or a voluntary association sends money overseas or provides services overseas, but should there be a certain amount set for this money? Should it be only money sent or services provided in certain countries? Or should it only be money sent to certain entities? Parliament is set to continue meeting on this bill, and 4SA will keep a close eye on it, providing you with regular updates as the matter progresses. Please remember that this bill only closes for comment on the 25th of October. So please do send in your comments. For more information on this bill, you can go to the 4SA website. There is an article on there with the 4SA's top religious freedom concerns, as well as videos. Thank you so much and have a good day.